Good morning. Welcome to the Author's Corner. I am Natasha Pollard, and you've seen me and you know me, and I'm Dr. Nat. And as you may notice, it's me and not Marissa Buddha, our fearless publishing leader. But that's only because we're actually going to do something a little bit different this morning. Not only are we going to give Marissa a little bit of a break over the next few months, but since this is the Author's Corner and she's always giving authors an opportunity, we're going to interview her this morning before she goes. So, welcome, Marissa. How are you?
Hey, very good, very good. How are you?
I am well. I am well. So, we're going to flip the script a little bit on you this July. And I want to say welcome to everyone because today is 4th of July. So, it is Independence Day here in the United States, per se. And we're going to talk about a lot of different things. But one thing that you hear us talk about a lot is not only the freedom, but the freedom in Christ. So, as you know, we have some book projects coming up, specifically ordered in steps with Marissa. And we want to give her the opportunity to talk about those and hopefully maybe have you join us when you do that. So, Marissa, tell us a little bit about what you're about to do this July and days to come after that as well.
Okay. Oh, it's so funny to be on this other side of
Mhm.
on the other side of the street. Listen, I just want to say how beautiful you are. All of that red, you are just hot and popping. Love it, love it, love it, love it. You look amazing. And Dr. P, love you taking over and bringing our guests and our viewers a center stage and owning it while I'm in the background doing some work. So there's a few things that we're doing. Uh, when I got feedback in regards to the Own It anthology that we released this year, authors are still receiving books because that book is huge. That book is huge. It's called Own It Unapologetic, and it was here. We had the book publishing, we had the journal publishing. They both made Amazon #1 bestseller. That is just God's favor. That was him. That was all him. And so really was thankful for that. And then when we got feedback from the conference, because I wasn't trying to do it again, and I'm always one trying to just do something and just leave it, just one hit wonder, right? And the feedback that we got, and you can attest to this, and you can share yourself, was that when are we doing it again? We had to do this every year, and that was the common theme. And if I'm am I right or wrong, that
Yes,
was the
it is. And we can't wait.
yeah. And so it's a nice resort that we had right here in Rondolio, the Dominican Republic. Like I said, it's minutes away from where I live, which is why I chose the location, was because I could get to it as often as I could. With this is an international conference, so you want to be able to have access and to be blessed enough to live here and to be able to have access to the facility that we're going to be at, to know the people, the staff there. It's critically important to me to have that level of accessibility and to also make sure that everyone was safe and secure. So it is a very secure environment. It's a boutique resort, so it's not humongous. It is large, but it's not humongous where people can get lost. You all got a chance to, it's about 35 of you. You all got a chance
Mhm.
to see each other, spend time with each other. Also, you had enough space so that if you wanted to be alone, you had the ability to be alone. The conference wasn't full of talk to you, talk to you, talk to you. You actually got time to relax. You got time to go to the nightclub that was there. You got a chance to do care. We did our own karaoke. They had karaoke. Who would have known? But I liked our karaoke. They did their karaoke, but I kind of liked our karaoke. But you just had a lot of fun. I know Sasha took a lot of pictures with the animals that were in the exhibit.
Mhm.
Now, let me tell you something. I'm making sure I cannot live here and that not happen for me. So I got to get some pictures with some of the monkeys and some of the big cockatoos and things like that. So really, everyone was really excited. The feedback was phenomenal, and so everyone said it was healing. We got an Amazon #1 bestseller for professional development, and that's what Own It is all about: personal, professional, and business development. And so
Mhm.
we're getting ready to do Own It 2. That is second edition, and this second edition is Unleashed.
Mhm.
Can't take you where I'm not going. And so if you look at my book projects really focus on where I am mentally, emotionally. They're really where I'm at. So I have two major book projects. I have a couple more that are going to be announced. But the two major projects are Own It Unleashed, and that's exactly what I mean. I mean, unleashed. Everything that you've been holding back, it's time to let that go and be the fullness of who you are. You talk about authenticity, folks are talking about, oh, you got to be authentic. Well, nonsense. If you are holding back, or if you are, reducing yourself in any capacity, you are not tapping into and unleashing your unlimited potential. You're filtering yourself, and we got
Mhm.
to filter off. And I don't mean be tacky, distasteful, nasty. I mean take the filter off and truly be yourself. Be unleashed to be who you are, really. And stop apologizing. Own It Unapologetic is saying stop apologizing in the sense of, apologizing for being too much, apologizing for, there's ways that you regulate, but not to
Mhm.
the point that you compromise who you are. And then you walking around, you're depressed, you're low, you feel violated, you feel taken advantage of, and it's because we've compromised in our own
Mhm.
value. I was talking to one of my coaching clients yesterday, and we talked about Black women specifically saying,
Mhm.
I'm not going to be a superwoman anywhere. Excuse me, I'm going to be a superwoman,
That's
and that's what Unleashed is all about. I'm not giving up my superpower, my strength. The joy of the Lord is your strength. We're supposed to be strong. We're
that's
not supposed to be used or taken advantage of. That's different. But don't you dare give up your strength, because it's how you survive, it's how you thrive. So don't do that. And Unleashed is about that. It's 57 authors that we're going to have again. And so I'm looking forward to that. It is a two-book project. Anytime an author works with me in any kind of book project, it's always going to be the story and it's always going to be the journal. Why? Because the way that you transform is journaling your journey. You got to write it out. What goes in has to come out. You either write it out or you speak it out. So you're either going and advocating somewhere for what you've gone through, or you're writing. And then writing is going to lead to you speaking audibly anyway. You're going to eventually have to speak about what you wrote about. And so that's why coupling, public speaking goes along with being an author.
Mhm.
So I'm really excited about that. Now, that's Own It Unleashed. And that is going to be a conference again here in 2024. And I'm looking forward to that. And lessons learned. So I'm prepared this year. I am so prepared this year for everyone coming, and I'm super excited. Now, my spiritual walk. If you want to go higher
Mhm.
and you claim to love God, you claim the spiritual, you got to go deep. To go up, you got to go deep in. And so in his presence is where I have found all of my strength, wisdom, revelation of strategies for how I get all the things that I get done. It is by being in his presence. So in his presence is very special. It's another side of me. It's another dimension of who I am. And it's why I could show up unleashed, right? It's
Mhm.
why I every day get up with a fight. I get up with a fight. It's innate. It's natural for me to get up and fight back. There's no flight. It's fight. And I lean in and get it done. And I just, I do the things that I do, and I can live the way that I live because my defiant faith and believing that what he said in his word, he shall and will do. And so that's it. And that's why I don't have no issues with authenticity. I ain't got to worry about wearing a mask. I don't need an entourage where I go. I'm the entourage.
You have
I'm
the
the
angels of the
entourage.
Lord coming
Uh,
behind you.
Yeah, the whole host of heaven. That's what
That's
the
what
word
I
says.
believe as well.
That the prophet asked that God would show the young prophet coming up, that he would open up the young man's eyes so that he could see the chariots that run with us. And
Mm.
so we need to take that literally, that says that the angels come and they minister to us. They unction us to go in a certain way. They're speaking to us and they're ministering to us. Miracle signs and wonders should follow us. We should be walking supernaturally, asking God to put His super on our natural. We shouldn't be in a place where we're not fighting back, and that means that we have to feed our spirit. We have to feed our spirit daily, and we have to fast. Right? We have to fast, and we have to seek God for wisdom and revelation, so that in the day of trouble, we know where to go. Right?
We know.
Where to go. So those are the two projects, main projects. But like I said, I have a couple of more that I want to push out the door before we leave 2023. Just to have people, some people are in His presence. That's where they want to be, and that's where they are. Some people they're unleashed. They want to express that. And but both are going to have an opportunity. Both book projects are going to have the opportunity to be have a segment within the conference that's coming up next year.
I like how you said that as well when you just said that some of us are in his presence and some of us are unleashed. And sometimes that really is the opposite. Some people just really, that's what they need to focus in on. They need God. It's just them and him and all the smaller things they have to deal with. And then when you get into having that authenticity and then maybe later be able to be more transparent, that is when you can become unleashed. And some of us will be able to do both. Some of us will stay in the middle. But this is that opportunity. And I'm thinking about, we were joking about it a little bit, but these are the projects and these are the projects you want to be in. So if you get confused about what you want to do, just reach out to us and say, I want to be a part of the projects.
Yeah.
And we'll know exactly what you're talking about. And we'll see what part of the journey you want to be on. We want you to be a part of all of it, because those of us that write, we know how healing it is. We know how that transparency comes. We know how much it helps other people to tell your story. Because a lot of us, especially when you're talking about public speaking, we're able to talk. Other people cannot. Their voices have been silenced.
Mhm.
And we want to be able to speak for those. And the word of God says that. We want to be able to speak for those that cannot speak up for themselves. So this is your opportunity. This is your time. Come with us who are ready to be the lions that may walk in the beginning of the herd, going back to Marissa's favorite symbol, the
Yeah.
lions. But, you're not falling behind. You're going with us. So be a part of, this is a herd that you don't mind being a part of. This is a projects you don't mind living in. This is projects. So I'm
Mhm.
excited because, you went back to saying about the red and the glow. People, it is now July. I really do still have my tan from the Dominican Republic. Even the streaks in my hair have come because I spent so much time in the sun. It has not gone away officially yet. And, if you're here in the States, you're not getting that kind of sun every day. So I say that to say, I look at it as a way of, I felt like that was a part of a healing process. And we want you to know what that's like. We're in the middle of the year. And even if you haven't accomplished everything you thought you were going to accomplish yet, you still have time. And then we have next year, Lord willing. And there's so much we're wanting to hear your voice and speak on. So
Mhm.
I'm really glad to hear that you're going to get unleashed even more. You're so quiet, Marissa. So,
The real deal is you have things that the world has a need for you.
Yes.
People are drawn to different personality, different ideologies, perspectives. And
Yeah.
so when they're drawn to that, you want to give variety. So even at the conference, you'll be able to have an opportunity to speak. So there's speaking opportunities. This year, we're going to be kind of larger than we were. 2024, we're going to be larger than we were. We're going to be a larger group than we were in 2023 this year. it's going to be a larger group because people are going to have more of an opportunity. Those people who wanted to come last year but didn't have a chance to come this year, I don't know why I'm saying last year. This year, they're going to have an opportunity to come because we're still on the top of a year away. So they'll have an opportunity to make the plans, get your passport. It is an international flight, so you're going to need your passport if you don't have it already. If this is the first time you're leaving the country, this is the best spot to come to because it's simple. It's not a complicated process to get through immigration. It's not a complicated process to get through customs. It's very simple, and you can come on board. We meet every Monday for these anthologies. We start with the Own It anthology this coming Monday. We'll be meeting in his presence, and then right after in his presence, we'll have the Own It anthology meeting. We meet weekly. You don't have to be at every meeting, but we meet weekly because this is going to be a year-long project. There's 57 authors in one project, 365 in the other project. And so we're going to be meeting weekly so that we stay in touch with one another. We build up relationships with one another. We answer any questions that you may have, any concerns. We make sure you have a community to come to. It's nice to have Facebook communities, but it's phenomenal to have these kind of communities where we come and we brainstorm together. But I also lead saying, hey, I want you guys, I want to know what your vision is. You are the CEOs of your own lives. You're CEOs of this project in your own right. What do you want to accomplish with it? And at the core of what I do is business strategies. I'm looking at how you can maximize your return on your investment. And the investment to be in any of these projects is $397. And it's very affordable because I'm doing so many projects. I wanted to make sure that it was affordable for you to be in multiple projects. You get access to everything that's in this little brain of mine to help and encourage you to take things to another level. You get that during the weekly meetings. You have that intimacy. You have any questions you want to ask the questions. And the meetings are maybe like about 30 minutes to 45 minutes. I try not to take too much of your time. Most of the time, they don't want to get off out of the meetings, right? I'm like, hey, you have questions? And everybody's like, it's like, I'm like, okay, we got to end the meeting. That tells you how much we're having fun with this process too, right? Am I right? Am I wrong?
We are. And I think about the fact that when we've actually been able to really develop real friendships, because you're also looking at the people that we were online just like everyone else for literally almost the last 3 years. And we actually got to come together. And now you can't tear us apart. Most of us have seen each other a couple of times. If we live near each other, I'm going to see at least 2 to 3 of our people next week when I travel. You can't break up this family now. We talk to each other every day. Next, thanks to technology, we encourage each other. There's already been, birthday love. There's been all those things. And what we do know in coming out of this time, these last few years, we all need each other.
Yeah.
No one that is watching this or knows someone else in this world knows that we need each other. So this is part of the next step of your life, the next journey. And you know this too, Marissa, we encounter so many people that say they want to write, they want to be an author, they want to do this, they want to do that. And sometimes that step's not easy. We've been doing it a long time, but it is easy. And we're here to do it with you. We're that family that's going to be able to help you be that, my favorite word, be that voice to help someone else. And you'll be able to look back later on and say, wow, I did that. I owned it. I transformed and became something more than I ever thought I could become. And that's all, it's that simple. It's that great.
Mhm.
And this is like genuine excitement. We don't get up because, we really are like this every day. We joke, but we really are. And getting together with other like-minded people that want to love on you and get you to express your story, it's priceless. It
Mhm.
really is. So this author's corner, when we say that, that's the part of us that we're also trying to bring out into you. So
Mhm.
I'm
Mhm.
being more simplified today, Marissa. You're jumping around a little bit, but yeah, I can't believe that we're getting to do this. So that's the
Mhm.
part that I love, to be able
Yeah.
to say that to you.
Yeah, and we want others to be able to do what they want to do. You know,
Exactly.
what is it that you really want to do? And we want to be that network to support them rising up to that.
Yeah.
Because often it's a common thread that when you are around friends and family, and you want to go into business, you have an idea or anything like that, and family and friends
Yeah.
or not that they're even telling you not to do it. They may
Mhm.
not be taking you serious.
Right.
Or you may want to have conversation to just have conversation, to get stimulated, to be
Yeah.
motivated, to be inspired. And you're around folks that just like that's just not my thing. That
Right.
they don't know how to deal with you. My girlfriend calls it misfits. You're the misfits. Well, guess what? In this environment, it's not just about publishing is one thing, writing the book is one thing, but
Yeah.
what it does is give you a product. It gives you a product to begin to process. How do you get in alignment with your life's assignment?
Right.
You were wired, you were designed a specific way for a specific purpose. Everything in this world is a system, right?
Mm.
You are a part of a system, and you have a role to play. You have a piece to contribute, and if you don't go and explore that, you will live a life completely missing out on what
Mm.
you need to do. And this right here is to trigger some awareness about who you are, and what we learned in that speaker training is and what you're all about. And did you get that from? Where did you learn those things?
Yeah.
Great, good and bad. Where did you learn that from?
Yeah.
And how do you want to really share that with the world? How do you really want to convey that with the world? How do you want to interact? Yesterday on It's Your Life, Own It, we talked about the schema. And the
Mhm.
schema is how you see the world and how you interact. That happens at your childhood.
Yes.
When you are coming out of the womb, your parents or whoever it is that your guardians, whoever it is, they help you form that schema. And depending on how good they are at it or how bad they are at it, it's how you see the world,
Right.
and how you begin to interact with that world. Well, guess what? If there's any level of disconnect, which most of us had, you need to find out how to get reconnected to who you are, what you're about. You need to find out your strategy, your plan. Being in these kind of communities and this kind of family, we call it the Own It family. So
Yep.
being in these kind of families will help you gain that clarity, and won't make you feel bad or guilty for it.
Mm.
And we'll have those needful conversations that will help you to begin to explore and tap into and discover some things about yourself you really didn't know, and to release you or unleash you
Unleash you.
to really be who you are, without feeling weird or uncomfortable. We help you get comfortable in your skin. That's what this is designed to do. And
Mm.
then we have resources. So we have in the Own It family, we have a large number of holistic coaches, whether it's in mental health, whether
Mm.
it's in physical health, whether it's in financial health, spiritual health. We have a host of subject matter experts that
Mhm.
can help you. So we have the resources to not only help you with publishing your book, but helping you to get your life right. But not only getting your life right, getting your career right. We have career coaches, we have business coaches. And I don't say because I'm a business coach or because I'm a career, I can help you with career advancement. And we have HR people in our group. I don't stop because I know these things. I don't know it all. So guess what? When I talk to people and have them join the family, the Own It family as contributing writers, subject matter experts, guess what? I tell them right away, there are people who are going to love me and love you. They're going to people who don't want to be bothered with me and want to hear what I got to say and want to hear someone else. You need
Right.
to have diversity.
You
You need to
do.
have multiple different
Wow.
coaches doing different things. We got a divorce coach. We have a divorce coach because you need coaching. When you come, a divorce is a death. We don't talk about that. It is
Right.
a dying of the marriage, of the union. And there's a mourning period. There's an emotional component to what you go through when you divorce. There's a reconnection of who you are. Now
Right.
the two are been split up, and now the one has been split up. Now they both have to learn how to operate as one again, as
Mm.
one person, no longer being jointly together. So we have a divorce coach. We have so many in our network that can support you on so many different levels, and help you to get where you want to go and get that alignment. The books, the book projects, they're just gateways. They're
Yeah.
just gateways. They're products to help you substantiate yourself in the industry, to help you stand out in the industry,
Mm.
also to help you have partners. So I love the collaborative projects because, like, you, Sasha, you guys met up, you guys got together, you guys can do book signings together. You, Eileen, Sasha, y'all, you can all do book signings together. I can fly in and come and show up, and whatever y'all need me to do, come in there and do it. But you can have book signings together, and I encourage that. I encourage you guys to, without me, get together, partner, make stuff happen.
And
That's the beauty of coming together and collaborating without the politics, without someone feeling like they got to be in charge or in control.
yeah.
No, this is, the whole thing is, it's your life.
Right.
Own it.
That's the most beautiful part about it. Some of the things when you talk about being coaches, for instance, when you talk about the fact that we do things behind the scenes quite often, almost every day for other people, that's part of, the gifting of what we're doing. But when you do get together and become a part of, just like this, you're usually the interviewer. We want to interview you this time. We want you to know what it means to be a part of each part of this life and do what you do best. So even someone that's listening to this is wondering, well, I can't do that, or this is going on with 57 people. There was something that touched everybody, everyone, and we all do something. And when you speak up, okay, I need help with this, I can do that, we can get together and do this. It makes such a difference. I mean, we're raising kids, we're raising parents, all those things. Someone may need help, they may need support, and someone always thinks, and I'm thinking about some of the discussion we had last night, someone always thinks they're by themselves, and you don't know what other people go through until they are brave enough to speak up, share their story, and they've helped, again, heal someone else that they didn't even know they could say that out loud. So many people, and I actually just had a conversation with someone 2 weeks ago, family member, who also said to me they didn't think they had anything worth saying at times. There's always something worth saying.
Yeah.
That's it. That is when we say a lie from the pit, that is a lie. There's always, your voice matters, what you have to say matters. You matter in God, so you matter. You're here on this earth, so do it. Go towards your promises, go towards your purpose, and find out what it is.
Yeah.
And get excited about it.
Yeah.
Get excited. It's
Yeah.
time. Aren't
And
you
I
tired of not being excited about it?
Right. And I'm going to tell you, when you tap into and unleash your unlimited potential, you got to be excited. I mean, there's just no way that you can't be excited living a life that
Yeah.
you never thought or imagined. Just think, when you started off, you were sitting back, right? And here you are. You are naturally hosting. Like, you're naturally hosting, and folks don't realize that if
Mhm.
you don't try it. I just had the audacity to say, I'm going to do that. One thing that my youngest daughter, I remember her teacher, on her report card, had said, Justina applies, like, she takes knowledge and immediately applies it.
Mhm.
And I'm going to take credit for that, because
Right.
her mama, whenever I look at something and I learned how to make window treatment by just looking at it.
That's right. That's right.
Just looking at it. And when I had my big house built, I made all my window treatment. I never made window treatment before.
Mhm.
I never decorate. I didn't get trained to decorate, but I'm an artist. So guess what? All I did was switch up mediums. And I didn't limit myself in my mind to say, I never said to myself, well, you can't do that. I mean, there are things that I say you can't do that because I don't want to do everything. I
Right.
just don't want to do everything. But my mind operates like that. I can do it.
Mhm.
Can do it. If I need to get it done, I can do it, and I can do it myself.
Yeah.
And that is what causes me not to be limited in my skill set. And it opens the door for me to do so many things where someone else gets anxious about what they can get done. My wiring is not like that. And I
Right.
say to you, if you're open, I don't give a darn what anybody says to you.
That's
If
right.
you are open and you say to yourself, I can do this, stop telling yourself you can't. Stop listening to other people tell you that you can only do X amount of things. No, if you take the time, if you take the time, you can learn if you're open to learning. You got to be open to it. You got to want to do it. That's the difference. The difference is because I'm open to it and I want to get it done. I like to check things off. So I want to get it done. And that driving me gets things done. That's the
Mhm.
difference between you seeing someone who gets results and someone who's complaining about how they still need to get something done. By the time you look up, it's done. And it's all about, are you willing to open up your mind and change your mind about what it is that you want to accomplish? And that's what Unleash is all about. Unleash is about stop hindering your own self. Stop allowing people to put their confines on you, their constraints on you, telling you gotta do this or you gotta do that or you can't do this. Or what
Mhm.
do you want to do?
What do you
Get
want to
quiet enough by yourself and make a list. They tell you do a vision board. Well, go do a vision board. If that's what you need to do to figure out what it is that you want to do, but get by yourself. Spend some time by yourself and say, what is it that I really want to do? And what am I really lacking? What is really unfulfilling
do?
about
Mhm.
where I am right now in my life? And then write it down and then say, okay, how am I going to change this? Am I going
Mhm.
to keep talking about this or am I going to change this? And I say this, that's why in his presence is very good. And that's why 365 people should be signing up for it. Why? Because if you are unfulfilled, the way you find out is in his presence. In my presence is there's fullness of joy. At my right hand there are pleasures and treasures forevermore.
That's right. That's
If
right.
any man lack wisdom, ask it of God who gives it liberally and upbraideth it not. Father, give me wisdom. I don't know how to do this. I don't understand. I don't blah, blah, blah. I need wisdom and revelation. I
Mhm.
need you to reveal your word to me. As I read it, make it so that I understand it, I comprehend it, and what is it? Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the vision and make it plain. Father,
Yeah.
write the vision for me and make it plain so that I can see it and I can run with it. We got to get to that. We got to take authority over our lives.
Yeah.
And we have to say that our fulfillment is not an option, that our fulfillment, our living a happy life, our us enjoying it, it's not an option. It's not an option. And the kingdom suffer violent, but a violent what? Taken by force. I'm taking back what the enemy stole from me. That's being unleashed.
That's
Get this off of me. Get all of that off of me so I can go and be and do everything that I desire to do. That's being unleashed. And if I'm going to lead, I'm leading you guys unleashed. Unleashed.
Giving it all.
That's right. And submitted to God, but
That's,
unleashed.
that's
Because
it.
I can't lead you in a space where we're confined and we're battling and we do no.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
No. Well, I think We convinced ourselves and we didn't convince you. So we already, but we wanted to just take this time, especially again, Marissa is
Yes,
actually coming to the United States all. So she's going to be
next
floating
week.
around while we're floating around here online with you. So do not be surprised if you don't see her with some of us because we're going to find our way to each other. This is going to happen. It's summertime. We have to travel.
Summer,
So
summer,
it's,
summertime.
and you already know. So I speak that to say you're going to join us. If you have any questions, reach out to us. You know how to find us. We're here every day. Every day. We'll be back for the power of prayer. We'll be back for BTG. We'll be back for Sweetheart Before I Say I Do. Everything and all things. And we want you to know. And also look forward to more Authors Corner. You're going to get to see some authors that you may have not gotten a chance to see before. And we want them to share so that you'll end up sharing some of your story. And we're also going to be hosting and launching another ministry and education magazine. So
Um,
stay tuned. It is the beginning of July. By the time it gets Labor Day, you're going to see some phenomenal things. All the work and all the labor, you will see it come to fruition. So I speak that and I thank God for that in advance. So Maritza, in closing words, we're going to give you traveling mercies, number one, you and all that are doing so much in the next couple of weeks. And give us a last word. Talk to me. You can do
so,
this.
well, congratulations. You've done an excellent job hosting. And I know you're going to do an excellent job in the month of July and into August. So, audience, you will be seeing her and not me. You'll be seeing Dr. P and not me. Like we said at the top of the interview, I'm going to be doing some things behind the scenes for Own It. I'm really excited about that. We've grown so much. It's time to play catch up behind the scenes. And so,
Yeah.
thank you so much for taking the lead on the interviews and making sure everybody's taken care of in my absence. Love you so very much. People, listen, unleashed or in his presence, whichever project you desire, or you can do both. Just reach out and inbox me if you're interested in doing it. I will get over the information. You could do the same with Dr. P. But Dr. P is going to take it from here. She's going to be with you guys July and August.
She's excited. She's going to get a little bit of a break, but it's going to be phenomenal. So excited. Thank you all. We will see you. And in our favorite words, we are out. Enjoy your day. Happy 4th. Be blessed.